in Nigeria, which is CORE, and the Council of Nigerian Mining Engineers and Geoscientists, COMEG, with expertise in mining surveying and mine design. Beyond his professional and spiritual engagement, he is a devoted husband and father who upholds values of love and discipline and unity. His life reflects a strong commitment of service, and I would like to invite not just a lecturer, but also is a father, Engineer Paul Abayomi. Thank you so much for having you, sir. The floor is yours, sir. Thank you, sir.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, sir. It's good to have you, sir, on board, sir.
Good. It's good to be here too. I think it's good if I do not use video because of people that will be joining, so that we can have a smooth say, hopefully. Thank you for those good words said about me. Thank you for this platform. Thank you to the executive, the national executive of CONCES. Thank you for deeming it fit for us to be partaker or to be part of you, to share our life experiences and the word of God and the expectation of this generation with us or with you all. Thank you all. As we go into the word, I'll just say a few words of prayer. Father, we thank you for this evening. Thank you for the meeting tonight. And I pray that by your mercy, you will help us tonight. You will open our understanding. We will get to know all that you have set for us. And there will be none of us will be lacking in excellence, and none of us will be filled with excuses, in the name of Jesus. Thank you, Holy Spirit. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Will there be a transmission of my slide, or I can just continue from my hand here? Should I wait a bit for the slide transmission? Okay.
It's coming up, sir.
All right. Yes. Yeah, thank you. I will be speaking to my slide, so all of us will be reading the same thing together. We'll be going along with the same pace. Tonight, we are talking about excellence and excuses under a general theme of build as you learn. And I'm calling this as a challenge, because this is a Christian engineering fellowship. So this is a Christian engineering fellowship. I am not speaking to you as I'm speaking to a general class, wherein we have a mix of the Christians, the people that are not Christian, and people that are irreligion. In that environment, yes, there is still a need to do a call to consciential, to a call to conscience of being to represent the right engineering profession that we all handle. And now we are here to talk basically. I am I'm looking at you guys as I'm more passionate because we are all in the same profession of engineering. One, we are also a Christian too, and the profession we are in, is one of the profession that has been leading in the shaping the landscape of the nations. We talk about infrastructural development. You cannot keep away the engineers. We talk about innovations and inventions. We cannot keep away the engineers. And when we have the engineers that are in training, like all of us are, and we have put a vision, and the vision is valid, then the execution of that vision is what we are talking about tonight. Dreams are cheap. Dreams can be easy. Dreams can come in manifold. It can be easy to have dreams. But bringing dreams to reality separate dreamers from doers. It is one thing for you to be a dreamer. It is one thing for you to have passion. It's another thing for you to push it through. Let's go to the next slide. The next slide is talking about that Rome is not built in a day. Said Rome, okay. We said building is a process, not an event. I want you to pay attention to that word. Building is a process. Building is not an event. We can organize an event, different events. There are video concert, whiskey concert. They are just one day thing. But building is not a one day thing. Either you are building a bridge, you are building a dam, you are building a road, you are building an ice scraper. I do tell my students that a mistake of a medical doctor maybe one life at a time, but a mistake of an engineer can swallow a whole community just one night, just one time. So we are looking at a Christian that are within an environment that your contribution to the community, contribution to the nation, he asks what can make the name of God to be praised and what can make the name of God to be maybe they call themselves Christians, see what they have done. So we must know that building is a process, not an event. And when we say something is a process, it has input and it has output. I know many of you have gone through, you have done what is called a fluid mechanics, wherein you have inflow and outflow, and you know that just like a process where a fluid will move from an end to an end, there are so many things that go along within the fluid, either the forces within the fluid that bring the fluid out. Now remember, you are not just passing through a university, you are building through a university. You are learning how to build. And you know one of the things, any building in the world, even if it is road, the foundation is very important. And that is why we said Rome was not built in a day. That is why for you to be an engineer, you have started from your days in primary school, secondary school. Some people 6 years in primary, 6 years in secondary, that is 12 years. You got admission, you get another 5 years. That is almost 17 years for you to become an engineer in training. then another 3 years before you can become a real engineer that is certified. So in 23 years of your life, you are building to become an engineer. And we said every engineering project has what? A design phase, a planning phase, a construction phase, and a commissioning phase. You cannot dodge them. And any engineering project, there must be a time of design. Under the design phase, we have what is called a conceptualization, wherein you bring your idea into reality, where you bring your idea into model. That, okay, this is what I want to do. How can we get it done? We have a design, we have planning. It's one thing for you to model, it's another thing for you to have the step-by-step how you will get the model to reality. And we have a construction. After you have known all your framework analysis, then you go to the field. Then you construct. And after you have done everything, engineering project must come to commissioning. And that is why you as an engineer, you remember, I think for some schools here, when you come in 100 level, you have your matriculation, you go through the design and the construction phases all through your 100 level to your 500 level. And after your 500 level, they will say you are doing engineering induction. We are commissioning you that, oh, after 5 years, we have designed you properly and we need you to start becoming useful to the world. Let's move on, please. Next slide. Next slide. Is it me? Okay. So many young people expect excellence without going through the process. Buildings do not suddenly appear. Bridges do not suddenly emerge. Aircraft are not invented overnight. Likewise, great lives are not accidental. They are built. So we must come. Okay, I think you have just go back a step. Go back a step, yeah. So, all right. Uh, it's like the network is making us. So I hope you, please just follow me with that as I'm moving. Just make sure I will not ask you to do next again, but you just follow my as I move on, try to keep pace with me on the slide so that we can all enjoy it together. Yes, we said buildings do not suddenly appear, bridges do not suddenly emerge, aircraft are not invented overnight. So great lives are not accidental, they are built. We don't just come to somebody, we don't, many of us can see Dangote today, we can see great aircraft, we can see so many great engineers around us. They are not born overnight. They are built through process. And there have been so many engineers in the world. There has been so many that have not make history. They have not even come to light. I was in one state, I will not mention. I was in one state some months ago, and I discovered that the driver that took us from airport to our place where we lodge and the one that we use, all of them are bearing engineer, and I have to ask them, are you guys current registered engineer or you are just engineer by name? Are you just engineer by name or you are registered? And you are just smiling and yes, I'm not saying we have something we are building and we must be focused on it. It's not just to get the title. One of those things I hated, I don't really fancy, let me just put it, not that I hate, I don't fancy in life is title. I want today we don't need to say Chief Dangote. You don't need to say His Royal Highness Dangote. You don't even need to say Engineer Dangote. You don't need to say Dr. Dangote. But when you hear Dangote today, you know that that name represents a brand. It represents a category of excellence. It represents a category of expansion. It's not about title. It's not about, there are so many people that will be engineering by their name and they will move nothing. They will not even be able to engineer a pencil. So we are not here to come and be talking about getting title, acquiring title. We are talking about building. So we say that great lives are not accidental, but they are built. And we know that you cannot control season. That is one of those things that you need to know as we go into this world. We know that excellence is not something that it's not accidental. I said it earlier. And on this note, you must pay attention that you cannot control season. You are not the one that will say, oh, January should be January, like normally in geography in those days, we have four seasons in a year for the earth due to the revolution of the earth. We have the winter, the summer, the spring, and the autumn, and all of them are moving in three months based on the rotation of the earth and the revolution of the earth. You cannot change it. They have their own law. You can't change it. They have season. You cannot change those seasons. But you can prepare for such season. A farmer don't complain about seasons. Seasons are meant to they indicate that, oh, time is changing. So you don't work in season. You prepare for seasons. So many people want season to come before they start preparation. No, it's wrong. You are in school now. Being in school is a season for you to prepare for the next season that is coming after school. And the way you prepare now will show how you will function in your next season. And that is why we are talking about today. Because why some people will get to the next season of their life and they will now be envying people that are having good success. I'm not talking about good grace, good success in the next season. Instead of you to get to that next season and be saying, you see that Mohammed, we are classmates. Can he say he graduated before me? This one, I even senior him with 2 years. It's a story. Any story that do not depict your success is a story of failure. I have colleagues now. I have colleagues in my school now that they will be like, that boy, that guy that is already a professor. I was his 2 year senior, but you are not even a senior lecturer now. Doesn't make sense. You are not even you are even still a junior lecturer to someone that you are. So it doesn't make sense until your story reflects success. It's of no use. It's of no use. So we must prepare for each season. We have to prepare for season. Opportunities also come in seasons. Responsibilities also come in seasons, and leadership also come in season. Success come in season. If you fail to build during your preparation season, you will struggle during your opportunity season. Please don't forget that. This is the time for you to prepare for the next season. The next season after university is your opportunity season. If you don't prepare, if you don't have a right preparation, an excellent preparation for your opportunity season, you will struggle there. You will struggle there. When I speak with my student in class, I said, I'm not teaching you. I'm not here to make you compete with other students within this faculty. No, I'm not teaching you so that you can compete with other students within the faculty. I'm teaching you for you to have the understanding that people that are your competitors are coming from every other university in Nigeria, every other university of engineering in Africa, and every other university outside Africa. So your preparation is, you are not preparing. And I want you all, as you are here on this call, as a Christian engineering student or graduate on this call, if your preparation is just to win your class, to how did I put it? In order to be the best among your class, and you are not looking beyond that, your competitors are not even your classmates. You are not competing with your classmates in the grand scheme of things. You have your competitors from India, from US, from UK, from Canada, from Australia. Are you preparing for that season? If you are not preparing for that season, then you will not be able to function there. You must see, you must understand that, oh, my season is not, I am not, what I'm preparing for now is not just to pass ME 101 or to pass out of my university. I'm preparing myself to take up the opportunity, that will be coming in the future. And that is why you have to prepare well. Engineering student, Christian engineering student, we know that the current world phase we have is more of AI integration with all manner of our work. Are you preparing for that season? Are you getting yourself prepared? Machine learning should not be what you are telling yourself that, oh, they are not teaching you. Please, you are not getting it right. Prepare for it. Because the season coming is it's a season you are competing with AI. And if you are to compete with AI, you are not, it is not about who can think more. So the question is, what exactly are we building? Why we learn? What are we really building? So I go to next section. In my next section, I said, what is excellence? Now, because like I said, this is a process. And the quality of how we build, not what, how. The quality of how we build now will determine our level of preparedness for our next season. What is excellence? I started with what excellence is not. I said, excellent is not talent. I hope you should know that. Excellence is not talent. Excellence is not fortune. Excellence is not favor alone. Excellence is not accidental success. Excellence is not inheritance. Excellence is not favor alone. You know, it's uncalled for. I was in a university some times ago, and that as me, I was in a university as undergraduate. I am still interfacing with undergraduate, Christian undergraduate. Now you see some disposition of Christian undergraduate. I remember why we hate some of our Christian lecturers in those days, because they saw what we cannot see. They saw that many of us as Christian undergraduates, we are lazy. So we are crying for favor. Why we are crying for favor is because we want to pad our laziness with favor, with favoritism, not even favor. So we are crying, we are paying more attention to pray for favor because we want to cover our laziness. What am I trying to say? Am I trying to say that you should not pray for favor? You should not pray very well. See, pray as if you have not read, and read as if you will not pray. Prepare as if you are not preparing to pray, and pray as if you are not prepared. When you have these two in your mind, when you are going for prayer, if your prayer is to be 1 hour, pray it 1 hour. If you are going to read because I will not ask you to pray for 1 hour and read for 1 hour. They are not the same thing. Because what takes you to read and understand and be able to bring something out can give you a sleepless night, 24 hours. You can be on it. 8 hours, you can be on it. Even as a lecturer, many times I do tell my students, I don't come to class without getting myself prepared. And I don't teach each of my class. I've been taking a course for close to 8 years. Yes, close to 8 years. I have not taught different sets the same thing. I must always innovate. I must always find time to sit down and read and study and innovate myself so that I can, because I need to know why the last set, why they failed. So if I need get why they failed, should help me to guide me into how to approach the new set. And by so doing, I innovate every time and then for myself. You as a student, you must find good time to get yourself prepared to read. And when I say read, it's not just reading to pass. When you read very well, you will pass. It's a fact. But I don't want, for as many of you that you're already in 300 level, this time, even when you finish, when other people are go for holiday, you should be treating your holiday as a time to, not to, you are the pressure of test and assignment, and they have been lifted a bit. Try to read for understanding to get your picture. What is your dream? Are you reading towards it? Are you building towards it? Are you building towards it? So, what is excellence? What does excellence contains? I said, excellence is the repeated application of knowledge, repeated application of skill, repeated application of discipline, repeated application of sound judgment, and repeated application of continuous improvement. I mentioned something that is not a excellence. I say accidental success. Some of us, maybe we had, you say, oh, you mistakenly get A in a course. Why somebody will tell you that, I mistakenly get B in some courses because they are. So someone that is, if you just, maybe you meet with a lecturer that is lenient and give marks anyhow, then you mistakenly get A. Does not mean that you are A student. The quality that will make you graduate as a first-class student is not you having A in one course. It's you in a semester. If you have 9 courses, you should have A in at least 7. So excellence is not just one time. It's a continuous application of continuous improvement. Is the repeated application of continuous improvement, repeated application of sound judgment, repeated application of discipline, repeated application of skill and knowledge. And I want to call you to challenge you at this time. Any engineering student here, mining, mechanical, civil, electrical, chemical, whatever, at this point in time, you are not getting into machine learning. You are playing against, you are trying to drive against the tide. Please, you need it. And improve yourself in it. Even if they are not teaching you in school, go and improve yourself in it. So what are the engineering perspective? We said an excellent engineer understands principle, apply principle correctly, improve process, and solve problem consistently. We are talking about excellence. You as a student, you must understand this, that, okay, now, I'm not saying you are excellent only when you are first class. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it is only people that have first class that will have excellence. No. You may graduate with second class upper or second class lower, and you have prepared very well for the next phase of life than somebody that only pay attention to grades in school for throughout 5 years. So what will you say? What are we looking at as what an engineering perspective should be? We said you should understand. An excellent engineer will understand principle. We apply principle correctly. We improve processes and solve problem consistently. Are you doing it? Your mind must have that a connotation of understanding principle. Don't just pick a course and the first thing you talk about the course is that the course is difficult. You are not building excellence. I'm sorry, I have already laid down some things before we started. I said I'm speaking to Christians, so I'm challenging you as a Christian engineer. So I'm not yet. Okay, don't let me say that. Okay, let me move on. I said, you must you must understand the principle. You must, it's a must. The problem that many people cannot solve in Nigeria today is that you don't understand, many people don't want to understand the principle of Nigeria. And you just want to come and bring a solution that is not working. It won't work. Did you understand the principle? Did you can you apply the principle correctly? I teach surveying. What are the basic principles of survey? Did you know it? Not everybody is doing surveying, so sorry. So, but when you know the basic principle, can you now apply it correctly? And when you apply it correctly, then you can improve processes. You can now say, oh, we have been using this thing. Then what of if we adjust the parameter? If we adjust parameter A, what will happen to our outcome? If we adjust parameter B, what will happen to outcome? That is why, you see, to be an excellent, it is one thing for you to be a disruptor. Being a disruptor does not make you an excellent. For people that are excellent, there are people that understand principle, they apply it correctly, and they cannot improve it. Many disruptor does not disrupt because of excellence. They just like to create a new chaos. They are part of good things. But when you talk about excellence, you must be able to improve process, solve problem consistently. I said, what are the spiritual perspective? God reveal possibility, human develop them. According to 1 Corinthians, you remember what is in 1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 9. He said, the deep thing belongs to our God, Abi, and he has revealed it to God. No, 1 Corinthians 2:9 says, not I have seen, nor ears have heard, nor mind have conceived what God prepared for those who love him. But what did he say? But this he has revealed, he has bring into our mind, into our spirit. But God has deposited what has not been revealed. So if we have that word, if we add that word that we have been deposited into, what has not been revealed, what eyes have not seen, what ears have not heard, what has not come into the mind of man. So if it has been deposited into our heart, if the Lord has revealed it into our heart, why is it that many we have not bringing them forth? The basic reason is that in the place of process, many are lacking in the place of process. This revelation of God into our heart must be developed. And in developing them, we, the human being, his children in flesh, are being commissioned. We have been commissioned. We have been commissioned to develop them. And if we are to develop them, we can't develop them anyhow. We have to develop them with our sense of excellence. We may not be the one to perfect them, but the principle we must lay them out correctly. He said, every revelation without development produces nothing. Revelations without development produces nothing. Ideas do not only change the world. Develop ideas, they are the one that change it. You want to change the world. You want to change the world. I know that is what many of us want to do. We want to change our environment. We want to change. You don't change only by dream. You don't change only by thought. You must develop. You must bring your idea into reality. And these are the things that we must know. We are here to change the world. We are not here to come and to, just like the discussion my host asked earlier, that these are what the Egyptian did. This is what a boy did, irrespective of the wherever they have been made to irrespective of the platform they have. They change the world by by the idea they have already come, they have brought there. Imagine if Egypt did not qualify for World Cup. Will they be able to display what they have done? No. That is the simple truth. If they have never qualified, they will not be able to show the world, they will not be able to showcase the idea. So that is why we must always know that it is not only for us to have ideas, we must develop them. Excellence is not what happens to you. Excellence is what you repeatedly build. It's not just what happened to you. It's not just okay, I've mentioned it anyway. So if excellence is built, who are those people that have built excellence before us? Let's look into the scriptures. I want to we will look at people that have built excellence in the scriptures and check their life. We are talking about excellence and excuses today. We are looking at people that have gone into, we are looking at their excellence now. If you look at their life is not as perfect as our lives also. I was watching some some YouTube stories with my children last week, talking about how Ferrari, Mercedes, Rolls Royce, and some of these, even Ford, Wright brothers, how many of them come into being? Many of them are just mechanics. Many are coming. If you look at many of their stories, there will be a poor farm boy, It's not that all of them come from what we call Dangote wealth today. So but does it stop them from bringing up excellence? No. Let's start from the first person. We have Noah. For Noah provide excellence in project management by what? By building according to specification, manage a long-term project, work without visible result for a year. I think many of us, when we read the scripture, we are reading the scripture so much with a spiritual mind that we don't pay attention to the excellence of life that these people live. Okay, Noah was God gave Noah a dimension of both. As at that time, there was never, I think I should be correct with my English tenses now. There were never any boat that have ever been built in that time. And Noah did what? He built according to the specification, according to the direction of the Spirit. What an excellent man. What did I say earlier? I said, what eyes have not seen, what ears have not heard, no mind have conceived, what God has prepared for those who love him. But God has revealed it to us by the Spirit. God revealed it to Noah. What has never come to mind of men. And what did Noah did? Noah created it. Are you ready for that? Don't just read Noah because Noah was able to. Yes, Noah rescued that word, but look at the excellence. Look at the engineering principle that Noah did. Are you ready to receive such? You won't receive it where you are making noise. So you must have a good relationship with God. And that is why I'm talking to Christian engineers here. Now, look at what Noah did. He built according to specification. He managed long-term project. Did you understand that thing? For Noah to prepare for all special animals that will enter the ark. And he prepared their food, not for one day, not for 2 days, for a long time that he did not know when it will come to an end. And they were all there. There was we did not hear that there was famine for the animals. A good rationing of food. Everybody shall know that lion will not eat grass. So if lion will not eat grass, what did lion was eating? That means Noah made provision for the animals that will feed those carnivores. Oh, you think the lions will eat grass? They did not eat grass. Oh. There was provision for their food. And that is excellence. And we also see that he worked without visible result for years. Yes, when he was doing it, nobody was believing him. Result, excellence requires persistence. You must have it. Let me move forward. Joseph, I can talk all day about Joseph. Strategic planning. When we read Joseph in Genesis chapter 41, you will see how Joseph was able to engineer a nation. That is why I said dream is good. Have it, but that is not the end of your life. That is just the beginning. In primary school, they say we should have dream. Now that you are in university, you are trying to graduate, you have left, let me say, you are growing away from the season of dream. You are growing into the season where your dream are being modeled before you go for construction. What did Joseph do? Data interpretation, resource planning, national food security strategy. When you read about Joseph, use engineering mind to read about Joseph. Try and take Joseph and use all those names that I'm putting up here. Go and read about them using your engineering mind, not God is the God or God human relationship. Read about their engineering mind. Joseph determined, created a whole agricultural engineering scenario that has never been in Egypt for before then. He created silo. He created a food silo where they kept grain, and they kept grain for good 7 years. That there was no issue, and the next 7 years, these great silos become where the whole land of Egypt, I don't know the population, becomes where they feed for 7 years, and they were satisfied. It's not by joke. Somebody will say, hey, and God was with him, and God is with you too. Or you want to tell me that God is not with you? All the promises of God in Jesus Christ that are for us, do you want to claim that they are not for you again? And God is with you. And that is why this time. Now, apart from building silos, do you see what Joseph also did? When they come to rational distribution of food, see how he makes sure that there was a proper distribution of resources. And I'm calling on all of us. You are here, you are complaining that they are chopping the money of Nuesa. I hope all of us are having Nuesa in our, and they say, what are you doing? Why can't you also, because let me see you, Joseph, also taking up the Nuesa and appropriate the resources. And let's see you as you be as Joseph in that place. I've told you, leadership is also for a season. There will be a season that your set in your school will be the one that they will need to either take up either your departmental executive or the faculty executive. Please, running away is not spiritual enough for you. I think it's even carnal for you to run away from it. Jesus did not build you up so that you can be running away from responsibility. What did you say about Joseph's excellence? Excellence prepares before crisis arrive. Are you ready for that? To prepare before crisis arrive. On Moses, we have nation building, governance, administration, delegation. Great leader build systems. And that is it. You don't, when you see politicians now that they are just building themselves, they are not great leaders. Great leader build systems. When you ask about, this is not political debate. Ask yourself from 1990 now, be picking this president one by one. What are the institutions or the system they built that makes the nation great in their own time? And look at what the politician in your area are building. Are they building system or they are just building themselves? It's a politician that will be saying, oh, come and collect money in my house. He's not ready to build anything. And I know that many of us, or many of you here, will also become a politician. You cannot be building, how should I put it? You cannot be feeding dead systems. You must build the right one. See Moses, Moses wrote the constitution of a nation. He wrote their mode of worship. He wrote their mode of health. Read the book of Leviticus. Moses wrote about their financial institution. He wrote about their financial institution. He wrote about their health institution. Wrote about their educational institution. Wrote about their the setup of their their judiciary institutions. Oh, you've not read Leviticus like that before. Leviticus always tired you. You need to learn. Go and use 1 week to read the book of Leviticus. See what Moses did. He makes sure that all the Levites are the one in control of the finances, control of education, control of spiritual of the spiritual direction of the nation, control of their legislation, control of their judiciary, everything. Pay attention. Stop reading this Bible just to show that you have, so that when your fellowship president, did you read Bible today? I said, yes, I read my Bible. No, I don't read Bible. If you ask me that question, I won't answer you. I don't read Bible so that I can tell you that I read Bible. I read for understanding. I read for knowledge. I read for improvement. Let's move on. We have Joshua. Under Joshua, we have execution of excellence, strategy, courage, and follow through. Plans are useless without execution. There are some of us that your diary down as full of plans. Good, be writing them now. And there are your plans that your execution is not starting now. Suspect all those plans. Start your execution right now. There is something that is being done in the Western world, America, UK, and Europe, and I think some Australia too, that I hope that we will get there one day in this country. That is what our IT supposed to do. But we have not gotten it right. Our industrial training is supposed to make each and every one of our students have what is called an industrial experience, wherein you are made ready. You have your if you have people that have not gone on IT, please don't play with your IT, and don't do your IT where it is easy. Don't do your IT where there's no money here. If experience is what you need there, please go and get it. I remember a university asked a student to repeat an IT because he did it in what did they call it? Neo-life. What are you doing in Neo-life? Going about confusing people that they can make money using oh Jesus. Let's move on. So we say that Nehemiah on the project delivery. Okay, we said Joshua on execution, Nehemiah on project delivery, excellence, thrive under pressure. Oh, we always put it when you are writing your CV. You will put it. I can work under pressure. Nehemiah, go and read about Nehemiah. You know that working under pressure is not a joke. Working under pressure. It was under serious pressure from everywhere. Serious pressure from everywhere. So we have Solomon. Oh, I love Solomon. Infrastructural development, temple construction, national administration, international diplomacy, excellence, combined wisdom, and organization. Please don't play down with on them. Let me be running towards the end. So we said every major biblical leader built something. They built a nation, they built a system, they built a structure, they built a solution, they built a legacy. Nobody became great by making excuses. And apart from the biblical people, we have Christians who changed their world. Under these names, we have Michael Faraday, the father of electricity and electromagnetism, Louis Pasteur, the father of microbiology, Joseph Lister, modern surgery, George Washington Carver, agricultural innovation, Samuel Morse, telecommunication, Wright brother in aviation, Werner von Braun in space exploration, and so many. And what are the lessons? Their faith did not stop them from learning, and their faith motivated them to do what? To learn. And we said the world remember builders, not complainers. Please don't forget that. The world remember builders, not complainers. The world remember only builders, not complainers. Not spectators, only the builders. If you keep complaining, Nigeria is not good, you will not come to a place of relevance. So, let's go to, we have talked about excellence, seeing what excellence, what people that have been with excellence and in different area of life. So we said excuses is an enemy of excellence. And on the excuses, you know, excuses is a story. Excellence is not a story, but the excuses is a story. And everyone tells a story. Some tell testimonies, other tells excuses. Both are explanations. One explains success, other explain failures. I read that place again. I said, there is a critical truth that says everyone tells a story. Some tell testimonies. Some tell excuses. Both are explanations. Both excuses and testimonies are explanations. And why one explains success, the other explains what? It explains failures. And there are so many excuses that a student can give. I didn't have enough money. I didn't have connection. My school is not the best. Nigeria is difficult. The lecturers are poor. I don't have equipment. I will start after graduation. They are common excuses that will keep you in the place of not advancement. Let's look at Joseph's reality. You have excuses Joseph had. Joseph was a slave. Joseph was in prison. Joseph had no political power. But what? He became indispensable. Why? Because excellence creates opportunities. Excel. The Bible says, I think in the book of is it Proverbs? It said, whatever your hands find doing, do it with all your might. Whatever your hand finds doing, do it with all your mind. Do you know one thing? There is a place in the book of Proverbs. He said, who is that man that is diligent in his work? He said he will not stand before the mere men, he will stand before the kings. If you are diligent, know that which you know very well. You don't need to know everything in the world. That one you know how to Python. So let me just put it like that. You know how to write code, Python code, MATLAB, SPSS. Do it very well. Some people are looking for it with money. Those are some places you can easily conquer them. Don't wait until you become the one that is becoming a fintech. Why? We said no, yet it became indispensable. Why? Because excellence creates opportunities. So, and when we are looking at opposite principle, excuses always focus on obstacles, while excellence focus on solutions. Excuses ask, why can't it be done? Why can't it be done? Why can't it not be done? That is excellence asks, how can it be done? And we say excuses are comfortable today, but they are expensive tomorrow. You cannot come with the why you cannot make it. That is the excuses. You are in the season of building, the season to build your life, build, and that is the next point I'm going to. What are you, as you are learning, what are the things that you're supposed to build now? You are in that season. What are you supposed to be building right now? Build your mind. Oh, I can spend another 1 hour talking about mind. Oh, I've seen so many different kind of mind that cannot do anything in life. It's not a course. So build your mind. Read beyond your curriculum, develop critical thinking, learn continuously. Build competence. Mechanical student, build competence, be competent. You may not be the A student, but be competent with the understanding of that course. Either you are going for power or you are going for either power or what? Power, hey, what did you have for? We have power in mechanical. We have the machine and the equipment or whatever. Make sure you build competence in it. Don't just be just let me pass. No, build competence. Let it be that before you graduate, your lecturers have recognized that when they need problem, they will come and call you. That is competence. You may not need it, you may not have it in all the courses, but you can have it in one that they know that we'll go and call it. There was a student that graduated, one of our first set of students in mining then. Even where he built competence in training all the doing working in mass and everything. When there are issues, the faculty if there are issues with some courses in faculty, they will consult him. So you must build competence. Please learn software, learn design, learn problem solving. Another thing you should build relationship. Oh, Christian brothers, not relationship of marriage. That is not what I'm saying. I'm not saying you should have somebody you have to marry. If it comes in during undergraduate, good, but build relationship. Attend conferences, society conferences, go there, get gala night, go and get relationship, build relationship, know who are the who in your industry, in mining, in mechanical, in mining, in civil, who are the who's. If your lecturers if they are not exposed, expose yourself. That's what we are saying here. Not relationship of you have a girlfriend that you want to marry. That one is good though, but that is not what I'm talking about. Develop professional network, collaborate locally and internationally. Please, if there is an international something for engineering students, make sure you participate, get online, make sure you attend such meeting, and when you are in the conferences, speak, talk to people, learn what they have, tap from what they are doing, you to speak on what you are doing. Build character, integrity, reliability, accountability, discipline, build capacity. I can't stop talking about this. Build capacity, build the volunteer. It's not everything. You know the problem we have these days. You want not there is a season for you to make money. There's a season for you to build character. There's a season for you to build capacity. When you have capacity, the money that your mates are running about, they are running now to after. People will they will call you to come and do the work of 1 million. You will say no. I have a student that used a whole session to do rubbish because he went on IT and they said they will be giving him 70,000 naira and he could not come back to school. And I said, what is your problem? How much is 70,000 naira? That you, because of that one, run away from school. Finish your school. People that are begging, that are giving you 70,000 naira, by the time you finish and you graduate, they cannot start anything less than 300. They must not pay you anything less than 300. They know that you don't have certificate and you are a cheap labor. That's why they are calling you. Build capacity. Volunteer, intern, research, create projects, solve problems. For some that are interested in research, work with some lecturers that you know that they have interest in research. Work with them. Learn how to write paper. Even before you graduate, we have enough academic papers for those people that have interest in research. Build a legacy. Build a legacy mindset. Don't think merely about employment. Think about contribution. Think about innovation. Think about impact. And I said, the opposite of excellence is not excuses, it's mediocrity. Good is the opposite of the best. Maybe you don't know. It's not bad. Or let me say, better is the opposite of the best. It's not worst. So excuses is the opposite for accountability. Procrastination is opposite for disciplined action. Complaint is the opposite of solution. Passivity is opposite of initiative. I don't like complaint. And you can never see anybody that is complaining that will be able to solve any problem. Complainers are just they are just problem propagators. They are not solution providers. Solution providers don't need to make noise. So in closing, I said, excellence will get mediocrity, accountability will get excuses, discipline, action will get procrastination. Build your mind, build your competence, build your character, build your network, build your future, and above all, build all this as you keep learning in the world of engineering. And as a Christian engineer in training, I will see you as we build and build this nation, Nigeria, to a greater height. And as your name will becoming a name to be in a worthy name from across the state, we will be able to say, oh, yes, he's our brother also in faith. We will get to know you. We get to see your work. We get to see this nation on the path of greatness. Great mind build great nations. And I know we are the great mind of this time around. Irrespective of what Nigeria is saying now, we are here to build it. And build it is a must for us. We are building it and we are building it right. God will help us in Jesus' name. Thank you. And any questions?
All right. Thank you so much, sir. I think this was a very powerful section. I really appreciate it. I even saw a lot of I was going through the slide and it was such a very interesting one. Thank you. I love if you could share our emojis. Let's appreciate. Thank you, sir, Engineer Paul Abayomi. Thank you so much, sir, for the knowledge shared. Please let's clap. I'm only seeing the host clapping only. Please. Okay, I can see. Let's put our hands for him. I don't know if you can hear me, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. It's such a privilege, sir, to have you with us. I would love to ask you, anybody from the University of Jos that know our lecturer should signify? Is there anybody? Is there anybody? If you are, just raise up your hand. Just raise hand. Oh, Israel. Israel. All right. Well, I'm sorry. I would like to hear from Israel. What's your name, your department? So please, you can unmute yourself, Israel. Before, I just want us to do this before we enter our question and answer section quickly.
All right, hello, good evening. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, sir.
All right, thank you. So I'm Israel Leonard. Let's see, I am an University of Jos, graduated last year. And I know Engineer Akinola Abayomi.
Wow.
Yes. Yeah, let's just say that the words here were not just words, they actually. Sorry, I didn't get that.
I can hear you, sir. No, I'm not saying anything. I'm listening to you.
All right. So the words, in fact, the session it's really like his creed, the code of conduct that he lived by. And let's just say that he is very adamant when it comes to excellence. And yes, that's his watchword. Yeah. So I think that's what I can say. And amazing session. I really enjoyed it. it was challenging, and it was almost, some parts were almost as if they were directed towards me. But I'm working on it.
Thank you so much, sir. This is a very good feedback. Sir, still one of your, I don't know if you like calling your student, but he's an alumni now. Alumni of CONCES, Habisa. Alumni of CONCES. So Israel, are you
Yes,
alumni now?
yes, of the University of Jos and of CONCES, yes.
All right. Thank you so much, sir, to hear from you. Thank you, sir. So let's appreciate Mr. Israel. He's an alumni and he also joined our webinar for today. See, we are going places by God's grace. Don't worry. Let's not mind our crowd. We are going places by God's grace. We are going places. All right. We are going places. I also saw someone raising up his hand. I think, sorry if I pronounce your name wrong. I'm so sorry, sir. Kam. Uh, sorry, Mr. Kakam, please. We'd like to hear from you. I saw you were raising up your hand the other time. I was asking if you know engineer Paul Abayomi. Mr. Kam, I don't know if I pronounce it correctly. Please, I'm so sorry. Okay, your mic is muted. Let's hear from you, sir. Thank you, sir.
All right, good evening, sir.
Good
Thank you
evening,
for
sir.
this great session.
Yes, sir.
I want to say I know Engineer Abayomi very well, since from my under level in University of
Wow.
Jos, and he has been a very great lecturer, a man that is a very good man, very disciplined, and a man of his word. So, from everything he has said, I really enjoyed the session. Even though my network was bad, I couldn't get most of the part he mentioned about building and all those stuff. But there's one word he said that really caught my attention. He said that the world remember builders, not complainers, and
Mm.
and that really touched me because
Mm.
somebody I
That's
always love building. I have ideas and I'm doing my best to implement it, but sometimes I get discouraged and all those things. So when he spoke about that, it triggered something in me, and I really
mm.
feel like doing everything right now. But with time, I think we'll do more. So I really appreciate
Mm.
him for everything.
All right, sorry, sir. Please, can you pronounce your name so that I don't pronounce it wrongly? Maybe next time.
All right, my name is Kakam Alphonsius.
Okay, I'll go with Kakam and let me not go to the other name. All right, thank you so much, Mr. Kakam. That was amazing. That was amazing. Sir, our lecturer, sir, our father, sir, Engineer Powerboy. I don't know if you can hear me, sir.
Yes, loud and clear.
This these are good feedbacks from your student, and from what we've gained yesterday. You are such an amazing man, sir. Amazing lecturer. You are not, I think, you are not those lecturers that students will be saying bad things against. You are different from them, sir. And I know that your students, wherever they are, they will be praying for you with their good heart. I know there are some lecturers in my department that would be cursing them. Oh God, I should not. One of my friends said I should not be a lecturer. This man's his son should come to my school because it's going to deal with him. But you are not, no, you are nothing like such like that from what I've seen and what I've heard from you, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for being different, from upholding that for upholding character of Christ. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir. I really appreciate it, sir. And to all students from the University of Jos that testify, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. And without wasting too much of our time, sir, okay, sir. Dominic wants to say something. Let's hear from you, sir.
Yes, thank you very much, Samuel. Thank you, Samuela. And I really want to appreciate Engineer Akinola. Yes, I think everybody has said one or two about him, and I also have something to say. I think my first experience, well, with Engineer Abarami was not a good one. Right? So I think the first time I get to know him was in my 100 level during one exams like that. So, and like someone said earlier, he's a man of principle, you get? So I think my encounter with him was he came to the exam hall and was like, nobody should write on his question paper. Nobody should write on his question paper. So I don't know if I heard or I didn't hear. I think that was not an excuse. At least everybody heard, right? So I think two of us or three of us, we wrote on our question paper and he tore my scripts. My first exams in the faculty, my first exams. Yeah, you get so since that time, I was just whenever I see him, I would just be scared. Like there's that fear on the level, now. And coincidentally, he was our HOD. So I was like, that's why I will continue for engineering like this. So, but though he gave me another script, right, and another question paper. So that was all it. I still got an A, sir. So what I'm trying to say is that I have I have like um observed him. I have actually studied engineering Kinola. And one thing is with him, like I was saying yesterday, there was nobody like more deserving that I've seen that will do justice to this topic today. So one thing with him is that excellence and excuse. Ijinakina does not like excuse. And sometimes I understand that like our like in the school setting, you must just get somebody that will just give you a complaint. Like the complaint will be there. I think there was a time we were discussing with him, he said, students will always complain. There must be something to say. Always, there must be something to say. So I just want to like appreciate him for everything he has been doing. Engineer Akinola is not just a lecturer in the university. He's someone you can actually look up to. Aside academics, he's someone who actually like guide you on life entirely. And we are very privileged to have him. Serious. I'm even pitying those who miss this session. Serious, because there are some things I was even expecting, in fact, especially our seniors and also my classmates, the 400 level students, because most of these things he has said is something that if you don't start it now, when you get to that stage, it will be very difficult. You get,
Yes.
and that excuses people make, I don't have this, there's nobody there for me. That is one of the things that make our youth very like just miss on a lot of opportunities because of those silly excuses. And I really appreciate, sir. We really appreciate, even though I've typed my question, so maybe the host will help us read it. And if you have any other question, you can just raise your hand for it. Thank you, sir.
All right. Thank you so much, Sir Dominic. Sir Abayomi, I'm just getting just good things about you, sir. It's actually nice to know you, sir. Actually, now I know a lecturer now in University of Jos.
Yes,
So
sir. Someone.
If I want to come now, I will just call. I will say I'll come to his office and say, "Wait on, sir. Remember your boy from the webinar somewhere." So let's not waste much of our time. Our time is fast spent, and I'll be handing over to the co-host to take the question and answer section. Mr. Samela, over to you, sir. Sorry for wasting your time.
No, it's no problem. It's a wonderful session, and we've all learned a lot. Because I won't say something. We've learned a lot, and it's wonderful. So, sir, we have a question here from Mr. Dominic, sir, and then it says, as a lecturer and a team leader, How do you effectively manage a group where some members are driven by excellence while others consistently make excuses? How do we effectively manage such a group, sir?
All right. I have so many examples how to walk around that. Let's start from the scriptures. Moses. Moses led the people of Israelite for 40 years. Let me ask you, how many people really support Moses? When you read your Bible, very well, how many people really support Moses? How many? That you can count on hand. Oh, you can see Aaron, you can see Joshua, you can see after the two. And they are leading 600,000 men, in which we claim they are around 3 million population. Also, I'm still answering your question, but I want to call your attention to one thing. Do you know that the righteousness, the right standing of the land of Israel before God is always about their leaders, not the members. Oh, especially with the book of Revelation chapter 2 and 3. The angel to the angel of the church in Sardis, angel of the church. So what I'm saying is that what I'm trying to put to you is that irrespective of the kind of team that you belong, you as a leader, especially when you are the team leader, there will have so many people that will complain. You will have people that will not even want to go with you. You must not, because of them, allow what you need to do to be. Don't become complacent because of their complaint. That's what I would say. You mentioned that I was the HOD when you came in. Good. For 2 years that I was head of the department, you won't believe that as a head of department, I was also I was standing as the head of the department for the department. I was also standing as the exam officer for the department. I was also standing as the level coordinator for 2 different levels. I was also standing as the coordinator for the postgraduate that we are trying to establish at that time. And somebody will be like, why always you? The department needs to run. Student lives needs to. I cannot, because of people that are complaining, other colleagues that always see complain, to say student life must end, must stop, or we should just keep them without moving. For a good 2 years that I was there as HOD, there is nothing they want to do in the faculty that is either my department is the first to complete, or they will be the second to complete their own. So you must learn to move together, to move with people that have a same mind with you, and you must learn to move alone when you have people that don't have they are not ready to walk in your pace. There are times that, let me put it like this, they are as a leader, especially when you have a time, depending on, even as a leader with a time limit, you need to keep working, because anything that make you to stop waiting for people to catch up, they will think that your stopping is the standard. They too, they will be slowing down to catch up with you. But when they see that they cannot see you, they cannot see your back again, they will tidy up their own steps. So it's not a time, it's a time of when you are in such a team, is a serious time that you must use it to build capacity and to build your resilience as a leader. It's not the time for you to give in to the people, to the naysayers. Let me give you small politics in Nigeria. It's not perfect, but I want you to learn from it. Buhari came in as a president. Buhari was a good man. Good man. I like him. Not that I like him as a president of Nigeria, but I like him as a person. He came in as on the caveat that, oh, This is a no nonsense, no corruption. People, nobody can tell that. 2015, Buhari came. The whole nation was trying to, Buhari will not allow, Buhari will not allow. They only gave Buhari 6 months. In 2015, the nation gave Buhari 6 months. After 6 months, immediately they know that this month, or they knew that this guy, he will wait for us to decide. He needs to wait for us. He cannot make decision. Immediately they get that this man, he does not have the fire. The 8 years of Buhari, I'm not saying Buhari himself, many people that work with Buhari, the corruption they made under him, as with a claim of, he's a what do they call it? He's a man of integrity. Being a man of integrity does not mean that he led a cabinet of integrity. But look at a president that came in right on the day of inauguration and said, this is where I'm going to. I'm not saying it is convenient. I'm not saying it's the right thing. But look at decision making. A Buhari that takes 6 months to appoint, what do they call it, to appoint ministers, and a president that came right from the day he was inaugurating, and he's saying that this is what I want to do. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm not saying that is the best president, but it shows a kind of thinking two different leaders have. Why some want everybody to be online, the second one say you are the one that will do cash up. And today we are doing cash up. And Buhari even commented that what Bola did on the day of inauguration, he used 8 years to try to do it. He could not do it. So if you want everybody to be on the page before you move, you will not move at all, and you will spend 2 years. Now, I cited my example as a HOD. If I want everybody to agree with me, then before we do anything, in that 2 years, I wouldn't have done anything. We will not have been able to establish our postgraduate. We will not be able to, so many things would have been wrong. And as at that time, we are still operating as one of the department with low number of academic staff. So you cannot keep waiting for everybody to be in line with you, especially when you get to team. Work with us. Even if you have nobody to work with you, work alone. Do kind of. Have a plan, move with it, communicate it, because it is one thing for you not to communicate and you are just running alone. Have your plan, communicate it. When you communicate your plan, there will be some people with like minds that their heart will be steered. Identify such people and work with them. You may not need 12 disciples. You may only need one. You may not need 30 disciples for you to move. You may just only need one. So these are the things you must know with yourself. As an excellent leader, not everybody I use the word may be on the same page with you initially. So you must learn to work with those people that are catching up. And even when they are not catching up, you must create the path for them to know that this is your direction. Thank you. Do we have other questions?
Yes, we have other questions, sir. So, this one is from Mr. Israel, and then he says, what are the misconceptions and the balance between excellence coming from time spent with God and giving ourselves to lengthy hours of study, especially in relation to our competition in the secular space or world?
Oh,
The misconception.
Okay, let me say this. This is not misconception. I don't want to say it's misconception, but my explanation don't let me say it's not misconception. Let me say this. When I talk to students now, many times we talk in general, everything. There is nothing about life that we cannot talk in my office or to any student that are ready to listen. We talk about everything. There's nothing, politics, And Daniel can talk. I am not somebody that I say I'm a Christian. I don't interest in politics. I'm interested in politics because I know that leadership in Nigeria, you must know politics. So I'm interested in politics now because I'm interested in leadership and I'm interested in Christian being in leadership. So the issue we have, okay, I wanted to say something earlier. I am raised, don't let me say I started as a conservative Christian from primary to my secondary to my university day. I was raised in a conservative Christian environment wherein there are so many rules. My church is Christ Apostolic Church, and I belong to the strictest of the sect within the church. I mean, if you understand that my statement, within that CAC, those group of people that are the most strict, those are the people I belong to. So I belong to them, and we live very strict life every December from between 1994 and 2014. Between 1994 and 2014, I don't celebrate Christmas. I don't. I'm always. Christmas is either it will meet me Christmas, December. It's always been December conference. We go for conferences, Easter conference, December conference. I don't understand how to celebrate, how to do social life is equal to zero, if not minus. Now, as time goes on, as I'm growing, I started doing some relearning because I'm also growing in understanding, and I started questioning so many things. And I come to understand that there are things that will not work if I want to participate, if I want to become a nation builder. Now, yes, if my daily work, what is bringing money is to become a full-time pastor. If I'm not saying even a full-time pastor, wherein I need more time to hear from God, to give to people, or I want to. Oh, don't let me use that statement. I need more time to stay with. No. Because as a full-time pastor, I want to understand the things of the spirit. I want to understand human relationship, or I want to understand more of the things of the spirit and how it relates with things of the human behavior. Then I will spend my time researching, and when I say researching, I mean in prayer, in studying, and observation, and sitting with the spirit to understand. That is what do they call it? That is what we saw in the scriptures when Moses spent time to understand. I want to create a law for my nation. He did not create the law in the midst of their noise. He went away 40 days, 40 nights. He started writing it. Issues like this, issue like this, issue like this, issue like this, and he wrote it for it to give it to them. Good. Now, if you want to be a good innovator, a good inventor in engineering or one thing, like I said the other time, you need to spend hours to take up some readings, follow some development. Does it mean that you will not read? You will not have your a time with God? No. That is why you are. Let me assume that you are a grown Christian. You should understand your time of devotion with God. That okay, this is the time I study the scriptures. When I study the scripture, what am I looking for in the scriptures? Well, you must understand your relationship. I'm not talking to you as a baby in Christ. I'm talking to you as people that have understood their right from their left. For example, a child at home can spend hours sitting with his father to learn wisdom. If you get that statement. Now, when the child has grown to be a man, to be fending for himself, it will not be reasonable for the child to come and sit at home when he's supposed to be outside. When he's supposed to be there, looking for how to build his own life, and outside he's sitting down at home with it. His father will send him out. This is not where you are supposed to be. So we must understand that while we are growing, yes, we have build our conviction with God. We have understood the way of God. Now that you are coming to build a nation, it's not that you are no more praying again. Why will I say that? No, you have to pay what are you paying attention to? Now, for those people that want to be priests, pastors, and so forth, but I read, you need to reschedule your time. You spend more, like now, I want to believe with you. If you are doing PhD, you spend more time to do reading than doing other things, activities around you. Because those are the things that, and why? Because you want to bring innovations out. And when you want to bring innovations out, you must stay on the course so that you have to have more time dedicated to that course. It must be in your meditation, carry it around, think about it very much. Does it mean that you will not more pray? No. You must build a relationship with God. Build a relationship with God in which you have come to a point that you are mature with God. You are mature, not away from God, though. You are mature in God. And when you are mature in God, you come to a point that it is not only morning devotion that is your daily dealing with God. You must be able to carry God in your consciousness as well. So that is why we said it's not that hours of studying is hours of moving away from God. If you have that consciousness, see, you are yet to develop very well in your spiritual, in your walk with God. Your walk with God should come to a point that you know that God is with me every day of my life. Every day of my life. I have no sweet. Yes, when I come into a place of fellowship, I'm praying, yes, but that I'm reading does not mean that I've locked God out of my life. We are reading together. My idea is giving me idea. It's not that is what I'm saying. That is what I'm saying. It's not that 5 hours of reading or 18 hours of reading is 18 hours outside God. Those are still baby thoughts. We should grow. I think my thoughts should be clear. I think my thoughts should be clear. Thank you.
Yes, sir, that was very, very clear, sir. Thank you very much for that wonderful response, sir. We still have 2 more questions, sir, if you don't mind, before we finish for the month, sir.
Yes.
All right, sir. So this question says,
continue.
How can you start machine learning and softwares since it is part of our course content?
I heard you correctly, and the same issue is the issues that some of my students as a minor engineering, those people that prepared their curriculum before I joined the system, took out machine learning from what is supposed to be their coursework. Yes, it's a very good question, but I want to believe in your school, in your faculty of engineering. You have friends that maybe they are taking it in their department. Maybe I think electrical and mechanical will surely be doing machine learning and thereabout. You must create time for it. You create time for whatever you want to learn. Let your friend create time. Now, if you don't really have the time, you have something that also can help you. We call it YouTube. YouTube. I hope you know what is YouTube. I'm done. So YouTube, there are some sites that you can learn machine learning from. There are some. I remember there is this school in India that have brought many of these courses. They have done the YouTube training, lecture hours. Sometimes it may be almost 60 videos or 30 minutes on YouTube. Pay attention. Get it done. Get the, what do they call it? Get the if you have system, and by now when you want to buy, if you are to buy, what do they call it? PC system, don't just buy a system that so that people can know that you have system. You should buy a system that will work in your favor. you are not to by now. Don't buy any system that is less than 4 gig RAM. You know, as an engineering student now, I don't think you should buy any system that is less than 4 gig RAM, 8 gig RAM, so that it can take. So you create time for it. You must. This is something this is a problem that you must find the local solution to it. Because if you say, how can you learn it? Some people are training online, some people are training offsite, some people are training. You have some friend that knows it. Move with them. Even if you don't talk with the guy, approach him. You want to learn this thing. Let them have time. If you have small change, use money to learn it too. If you have where that are teaching it, use money. If your friends say you will need money, don't be too shy. It's not everything that we can get for free. That's one thing. So I know we can have like those challenges that me when I was when I was an undergraduate, we don't have system was just coming in the whole my university in my own class then. I think the only 3 or 4 people has a laptop. So and those laptops in those days they are 512 MB 512 MB RAM. So when they so you see how of you are using different 7 I 8 generation. So please get a good laptop and try to learn. Even if you don't have laptop and you have a friend that can teach you, and if your department can also have a what do they call it, lab, a computer lab, if these things are installed, try to approach them. If the department does not have, check the university or the department that has it. Don't keep quiet. When you keep quiet, you may not know, or you approach a lecturer that knows it and you let them know that you have interest. Just let your interest be known. It may not be a part of your course content, but it's a life skill that each and every one of us as an in training should learn. So please try. Don't keep quiet, even if it is not part of your course. Yes.
Thank you very much, sir, for that wonderful response, sir. We just have to keep trying and search for ways to learn by ourselves. So, sir, one last question, sir, before we close for the day. And it says, what are some factors to consider when building businesses around the school and student areas, and how to manage the business and studies at the same time without it affecting your time with God?
You know why I laugh? It's
No,
not,
sir.
I'm not laughing because the question is wrong. I'm laughing because there are things that there is a principle in economics. We call it um, under introduction to economics. We have what is called a scale of preference. Under the scale of preference, we now have what is called alternative forgone. Now, if you are in university and you want to run business in school, while you are at it, you want to uh, be, you still want to continue study, and you want to be effective in fellowship. I don't have a good news for you. I think you will easily get yourself burn out. Yes, you will get yourself burn out, and I mean it. The kind of I am saying this so that you know. First, you should know that the kind of education we have in Nigeria as at present is not the ideal. The ideal of education in university cannot allow you, I mean it, and I'm not joking, cannot allow you to run a business. I'm not joking. And many of us, we don't know. That is why we thought it's possible. And I want to answer from that end. If you have some of your, you will see that if you are going to UK, you are going to US, you are going to Canada, you are going to Australia for masters or PhD, they will tell you that you cannot work more than 20 hours in a week. Now let's look at it. How many hours is in a day? 24. So how many hours is in a week? That is 24 times 7. So if we look at what 24 times 7 is, and you now consider that a whole university, a whole nation said, if you are a student, you must not work more than 20 hours in a week, then that is a reality. That means in a week, you have 168 hours. In that 168 hours, they tell you that it's only 20 hours that is okay for you to work. That is 158 of it is not meant for anything except the work, the book you are reading. Do you know what it's telling you? It's telling you that the season for you to start establishing business is not when you are undergraduate. It's a season for you to learn how to, if you have a business idea. I know why we are asking this question. Some of us want to say, I'm the one training myself. I agree with you, but it is an abnormality. You know, we are talking about excellence, and that is why I'm answering like this. If I don't want to answer based on the excellence, I would have said you try to manage your time. This is a lie. If we are talking about excellence, academic excellence, and we are trying to prepare you as an excellent person for the future, and we are dealing in season by season. This season is not okay, it's not sufficient for you to be able to combine raising, what do they call it, running a business with academics. One way or other, not that I agree with every policy of the government, for the government to say, okay, collect NEL funds so that you can focus. I think that is what it's meant for. It's a solution to that thing. It's difficult because the time you have in university are meant for you to focus on work. Let me say, I have had so many friends that are outside the country, and when I'm asking them, what are your weekly works, how does it look like? It's more like, I even mean those people that goes for masters, so masters, you 5 courses to do in a week. And that week, each of those courses, they are giving you an assignment to submit. They will give you 1 week grace. So if a lecturer comes to your class on Monday, he will give you an assignment that you will submit before the class next week, Monday. The next one that comes on Tuesday is giving you an assignment that you will submit before the class on Tuesday. The one that comes on Wednesday is giving you assignment. So in a week, you have assignment for every of the work of the courses you are doing, and they don't allow you to use ChatGPT or any AI to answer their questions. So you have to sit down, go to library, get so many materials, and they know that for you to do it, you need to take hours. It must take you hours for you to run through them and produce any results the following week. And that is why it is not convenient. And they say, oh, the only hours that we can allow is for you to work only 20 hours in a week. And if you are working 20, if you see, so there are so many Nigerians that they have denied them their visas because they claim that they said when they were students, when they're supposed to work 20 hours in a week, they are working more than 20 hours in a week. So for that reason, they deny them. Some, they revoke their students and they repatriate them. So number one thing, when we talk about excellence, that should not be what is possible. We are in undergraduate, let's focus on it. As you are focusing on your undergraduate days, your works, then you can focus on how you be reading about those businesses. Because when you want to run a business in Nigeria of today, you want to run a business, you want to put somebody there. That person will be looking for how to cheat you. And when you are cheated, and as you are thinking of exam, somebody take your 50,000 away, or that girl, the same boy or the same girl run away with your money. You don't have to mind you, and you don't have to psychology. It will crumble. You will not be able to perform very well for exams, and even when you know it. So that is why you should let business stay, focus on these things. At least with the government policy now, I think it is possible. So I think we should look at that one, because we are talking about excellence. We are not trying to just talk about being to survive. We are talking about doing it the better way. So, and your time with God, if you are just coming up, maybe you're a Christian, you are just becoming a Christian, you are just coming up, then you know that a morning devotion is important for you to run your activities with God. Try as much as possible early in the morning. Try to learn to use your money. Don't, even if you are going back to sleep, you must learn to wake up between 4 and 5, 5 and 6. First, run your either 30 minutes or 1 hour with God every day. Make sure you do that one as if you are just growing in your walk with God. Even if you are going to back to sleep, make that one an obligation. Look for probably, if you can look for a good devotionals to use help you. But outside that one, I will say it. If we are running, if you want to take up an excellence in the academics, it's not something you can take with business, because business, we need your 24 hours of time, your energy, your emotion, your everything. As academics also need everything. And the two, they are just like a two masters that you cannot serve together at the same time. But if we are just talking about how to survive, then survivor, that one will be another thing. I don't think it's a topic for today. Thank you.
All right, sir. Thank you very, very much for that wonderful answer, sir. I believe you've done very great justice to our questions, and I believe everybody has learned something, sir. So, on behalf of our organizers and every participant, on behalf of CONCES, I would like to express our sincere gratitude to our distinguished guest, Mr. Akinola Abayomi. Please let's celebrate him with our emojis. Thank you, sir, for taking the time to share such insightful and inspiring lessons with us today, sir. Your emphasis on building excellence through discipline, preparation, accountability, and faith has challenged us to move beyond excuses and become intentional builders of our future. Thank you for not only sharing knowledge but also wisdom drawn from both scriptures and your professional experience. We truly appreciate your time, your sacrifice, and your passion for raising the next generation of Christian engineers. We pray that God will continue to strengthen you, enlarge your influence, and reward your labor abundantly. We also extend our heartfelt appreciation to everyone who joined us today. Your participation, your thoughtful questions, commitment to personal growth has made this webinar a success. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone. And as we conclude, let us remember that excellence is not an event, but a lifelong process. May we leave this session determined to build our minds. I'm sure there's already a conviction, there's already I would say a push determined to build our minds. Let us strengthen our competence, develop godly characters, and reject every excuse that stands in the way of God's purpose for our life. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Our guest, we are very much grateful, sir, Mr. Abayomi, Engineer Abayomi. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, our participants. We look forward to seeing you all at our next webinar, which is next month. Until then, please, I will encourage us to keep learning, to keep building, and keep striving for excellence. God bless us all. I hope we do have a wonderful day ahead, and also let us do well to follow CONCES on all our social media platforms. as there will be more insightful webinars to come up. Thank you very much, and God bless you all for joining. Please have a wonderful weekend.
Thank you for inviting me. I really appreciate you all. God bless you.
Yeah,
See you at
very
the
much.
top.
Thank you very much, sir. We'll see you there, sir. We'll be there shortly.
Yes.
We'll be there
I'm
shortly.
waiting for you to join me soon.
Yeah. Yes, sir. We'll be there very, very, very shortly, sir. We're working on it.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Yes.